I might stick around for this next one because she's my favorite person in the whole wide world here.
Dude,
and I get to hear more about ISAs, and I probably need one.
Co-host this with me. We've got Janki Patel. If you don't know who she is, you probably haven't been paying attention to Chime or even in Lab Code Agents. So
yes,
you have been under a rock if you have not heard of her.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, Janki. She's a real estate agent out of the San Jose-ish area. That's what I always like to say, Silicon Valley. And she uses technology to convert her online leads. In fact, she also created an ISA Academy to train ISAs so that you can do a better job converting your online leads. So Janki, we're going to be talking about ISAs. Who better to talk to about that? And Brett's going to co-host this with me. Brett,
oh my God.
I know, absolutely. I'm an ISA newbie, so I might have questions for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. Thank you. First, I'm so grateful. Thank you guys. My two favorite people. I'm constantly talking to Tristan every single day, practically. He's like a brother. And of course, Brett, you're someone that I look up to. So thank you for having me here. It's an honor to be here. So tell me what I need to help.
All right. So here's what, I actually took some time after we started talking more.
Yeah.
I took some time to go deeper into how ISAs have helped us. And I outlined kind of like tasks and duties and the tech involved for having ISAs. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to maybe start there just so that people looking to understand what an ISA is first. So these are the three things I want to talk about. What's an ISA?
Okay.
What should we expect from the ISAs?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you have them use Chime to help you convert the leads, online leads, and nurture that database? So three things.
Awesome. So can I share screen, please? Because okay, awesome. I've had my course writer actually build out everything from our ISA modules. So this way, at least you guys can see what the course is all about. But more than anything, how are we taking the smart plans, the AI conversions, the open emails, and what we're doing with it? Okay. So I would love to go ahead and share with you guys this right here. Can you see my screen, guys?
Course overview. Yep. ISA training.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go. So basically, my entire training is all about conversions and getting the ISA to do most of it, right? So the first session, which was a soft launch, we converted 170. We actually had the ISAs in that program converted 172 phone appointments for about, I think it was 8 realtors that were part of that program. Total, we had 12, but only 8 of the ISAs were fully calling 130 to 180 leads a day in their 8 hours, or even more, right? It just depends, but they were on the dialer, constantly dialing. And a few of them have Chime. I'm such a big proponent of Chime because I see so much success. I've never seen a CRM so awesome. And most of them then started, going to Chime and actually switched CRMs to Chime. So they actually had 772 phone appointments, which was really awesome for the first time we launched Tristan and Brett. So I was really stoked about these numbers. But the course syllabus. So let me talk a little bit about the course, and let me tell you what the course will cover a little bit. First, you asked me, what is an ISA, right? And it's an inside sales agent, really not an agent, but a fancy word for someone who makes calls for us, for someone who dials these leads, right? That's who an ISA is, simply put. So doing the lead generation, doing the lead conversion, and doing the lead follow-up, because our job is to work outside, right? We always talk about this. Our job is to work on our business, not in our business. And it's so cliche, but that is the truth, you guys. We need to be in front of clients all the time instead of being behind a desk dialing. That's the way I run my business, right? So an ISO, now what I do in this course is I talk a little bit about the big why, I talk about the definition of success, and I really dive into follow-up, circle prospecting, buyer scripts, and all of that good stuff. But where does all that come from, right? Also, how to set up in Chime the different types of pipelines, right? I talk about that. I talk about how each pipeline is handled differently, and a CRM workflow, which I will share with you guys soon. So
Yeah.
Here's this right here, the types of leads, the course overview, the CRM workflow, basically making sure that we have a the realtor or the ISA that's in the course has a CRM workflow of what to do when. If they say yes, what to do next. If they say no, what to do next, right? This is the lead I'm talking about. So all of that information is in our course. But again, we have almost 22 lesson plans or something like that. It's a 3-month course, guys. And it just continues to give and give and give more information. Any questions so far, guys?
No,
Not
I
yet.
just want to get into the details here.
Yeah.
And let's start with, where can we hire an ISA from and what's expected of them? Let's pretend we're talking to somebody who's just starting, and then let's hit into more advanced right after.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just going to turn this off and come back to you guys. Yikes, what did I do? Okay. Are you guys there?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I got you.
Okay, cool. So basically, where to get the ISA from. So we have so many different ISA companies out there, so many other vendors that you can hire the ISA from. We don't do ISA hiring. I always refer them out to Power ISA or VirtueDesk or whoever it is, right? Once you hire your ISAs, then they can come to our training and take the course itself. So I have people that I know these companies that can certainly help Tristan with the hiring side of it. So you get a chance, you get an opportunity to pick someone who speaks clear English, who has good communication skills. And I always say that having an ISA is someone that doesn't need to be a genius. You don't need to have an experienced person. This could be an admin. This can be somebody that is just, in your neighborhood, a neighbor that's looking for a part-time job, but they have good speaking skills, right? Someone who is okay with making online lead generation calls, right?
Okay.
And then we can train them. And, while they're getting trained, they will obviously be learning from our academy as well. Does that answer your question?
It does.
Okay.
And I'm just going to answer, what does ISA mean, just in case somebody else is thinking it, right? It means inside sales agent. I've also heard some people say inside sales associate. Yeah. In essence, it's exactly what Janki said. It's someone who's there, who's calling incoming leads or trying to find business from your database. But the point is, they're on the phone calling, exactly. Right? So exactly. That's what an ISA is. And we've helped a lot of different ISAs get better, call centers as well. That's why I love what Janki is doing, because some of us hire like a VA or an in-house person to make the calls, but we don't train, right? We don't set the expectations down. So Janki, what are some expectations for you specifically, because you have incoming leads that are coming from online, whether it's Google, Facebook, or wherever? What's expected of those people using Chime?
Okay, so let me dive into that really quickly as well, and then cover that topic with you guys. Because a lot of people, and this is what I hate. Sometimes I don't like technology because I just can't figure this out, but I just created this whole presentation to show you guys exactly what we do in regards to ISAs and what topics we cover. So can you see my screen, guys?
No.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Well, I can't see the whole thing. I can see
for some reason we only see the side,
like a little bar.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why that's happening, but I am going to guide. Okay, so let me just talk about it. So
cool.
Basically, we in our ISA course we cover role play, right? We first dive into going and talking about your big why, your affirmations, and really building up the ISA's confidence, right? Because a
Ooh.
lot of realtors, and even realtors, ISAs and realtors are very nervous of picking up the phone. I know I was. This is all from my story, okay? Way back when Brett and Tristan, when we first got into this business, weren't we one of those that were always nervous about picking up the phone? Right? And we don't know what to expect. Are they going to hang up on us? Are they going to be rude to us? Are they going to swear? What the other person on the other side is saying? We have no idea, right? So in order to alleviate that reaction to what the other caller is going to say, we need to kind of shut it down immediately. And that's something I train as well. I train the ISA to get the head in the game and to focus in on just keep dialing. So I always tell them, some will, some won't, so what, keep moving, right?
Okay.
So
Ooh,
you
I like
pick up
that.
the phone, when you're dialing and the other person hangs up on you, keep going on, don't get discouraged. So it's a mental thing. So what I do in the first 2 sessions, I talk a lot about mental awareness to making sure that they're confident and they know what they're doing, as well as start talking about scripts. Let's dive into scripts. Let's talk about what to say when a lead is asking you a certain question. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna share my screen really quickly, and I want to kind of show you guys really quickly a little bit more about ISAs and what I say to them and how I teach them in the course.
Perfect.
How do we teach? What do we say to these ISAs to really make them really solid and these conversions happen? So if I could just find but keep asking me questions because I hate talking about
Okay, so I actually have a really good one. Okay, so here's a question that I have, because as you know, Janki, I was very anti-ISA for a really long time.
Yes,
I want to explain why, and this takes a lot for me to admit in front of 346 people that are on this webinar with me, plus what's streaming on Facebook. So here you go. I am terrible with delegation, like horrible with delegation. That's probably why I was in ISAs for so long. How does someone like me start utilizing an ISA? Like, I don't even know where to begin with delegating that.
Okay, great question. So the first thing to do is, what I did is I just dived into it, Brett. What I did is I started delegating and everything that's in Chime, right? We put them in proper pipelines, right? And then I started delegating pipelines. Right? I started delegating pipelines, right? So let me show you. I just got all right. So here we go. I was talking about the course syllabus and all of that good stuff. Do you guys see my screen now?
Sure do. Yeah.
You.
Okay, awesome. All right. So here we go. So I'm going to share with you guys really quickly your question that you just asked. Okay.
Yeah.
We talk about
because it makes me nervous.
We talked about, I can sense your nervousness. Stop, Brett. Okay, so email success replies, all of that good stuff. This is where we start. When we get AI responses or we get email replies, successful email replies back to us, or we even get like a smart plan reply. This is our smart plan, right? All of this is taught in the ISA course, you guys. So when we have these replies, our ISAs right away start dialing, right? Here's the question you asked me, Brett. Once the lead opens their emails, what happens next? Right? How do we know what to delegate the ISA? Well, the ISAs have different pipelines that they need to call. So it's Mariah's follow-up, or it's Laura's follow-up, or it's Vian's follow-up. Whoever our ISAs are, they have a system and they have to continuously stay on top of it. Because when you talk to a lead, that same lead should not go to Mariah. It should go to Janki's pipeline, right? So we want to make sure that the caller understands, oh yeah, I remember talking to you. See, it's a connection, it's a building that relationship over the
You're building trust, basically, by keeping them with the same, that makes sense. Okay.
Right. So they have their own pipelines, right? So our ISA calls them, sets the phone appointment, agent converts, then a Zoom consult with the agent, right? So these are the things that we actually do. This is my system. I do it day to day. I have like about 6 or 7 Zoom calls after, say, about 3 to 4 o'clock. I'm totally on Zooms with my clients that were converted last week. And I was the one who converted. My ISA is just set the phone appointment. It's a realtor's job to really
that makes sense.
To really understand what the needs of the clients are. Sometimes the client will say, oh, I'm just looking. oh, I'm just not in a rush. I'm looking probably in 6 months. I'm not going to waste my time doing a Zoom consult with them right now, because in 6 months, they're going to forget. My job is, if they're looking in the next 3 months, how do I get them to look in the next 30 days and close the transaction in the next 45 days? That is my job as a realtor.
How do you train the ISAs to get great at not seeming too pushy when
Okay.
somebody says, I'm just looking? Because everyone
Oh,
says that.
took the words out of my mouth.
Okay,
That's because we're brothers, dude.
I know.
that is a great question. And this is, let me show you my, where am I going here? Let me show you my, what a CRM flow is. If they say, okay, right here, the CRM flow, right? This is the workflow. If they say yes, then what happens? In order not to be pushy or sound salesy, build the relationship is what I teach the ISAs. Don't go in and say, hey, are you looking to buy or sell right now? That is not your first attempt. If you do that, they've checked out, they've gone, or they're gone already. We start off, Tristan, by saying, hey, thank you for visiting our website. I see that you came in on Tuesday at 5 p.m. We're just wondering, do we have the right saved search plans for you? Or do we have the right homes that we're sending you, depending on how they came in, right? Or is there anything we can help you? Are you looking for something in specific? Oh, no, I'm just browsing. All right, not a problem. Have a great time browsing. By the way, who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, right? Ask them that question, but you're not asking them directly, are you looking to buy or sell, right? You're just asking, who do you know? So there's some strategies that we teach in the ISA course that has worked wonders for the realtor or the ISA. So the CRM workflow is so important because it's a yes or a no. And we don't, in the first call, we never want to be salesy or pushy. Does that make sense?
It does. I have a question. Actually, we had someone that had a question in here. Why do you use a pipeline when you assign instead of just doing the drop down to like assigned agent for your ISA?
That's a great question. Pipelines are much faster for us.
That's what I responded with. Cool, I'm on it today.
Yes.
Sorry, I was like,
faster.
I think this is what she meant, but
yeah,
I'm gonna try.
All we do is go in, click on that pipeline, and keep dialing. You see, your ISAs do not need to waste time on doing anything else but dialing, all right? They don't need to do any searches, nothing. They then tell the database manager, hey, this person is, this is the phone appointment set, this is a saved search, and that's it. Move on to the next.
Oh, that's so cool.
Does that make sense?
It makes that makes perfect. This is actually making me feel a lot better. Okay, so the delegation part, that makes it easier. And so you start small. And basically start with small tasks and you delegate larger as it goes.
Yes. So each of our ISAs have different pipelines that they need to follow, and they need to stay strategic on follow-ups. The first ISA starts at 8 in the morning. They come in and look at new leads. They start dialing out the new leads at the phone appointments. Because remember, lead to speed is so important. Right? Speed to lead is so important, right? Yeah. And then the second ISA comes in at 11 o'clock and she works all the way till 7. So my evening hours are covered as well, right?
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So anytime someone returns back like this right here, we have open. So we have so many different, and I love this about Chime because we have so many different categories that they can dial out from, opportunities, email, all of that.
Are you having the ISAs basically reach out when a lead does certain things? Like, let's say they fill out they use the mortgage calculator, or does that trigger different events with your ISAs?
Absolutely. Every time I get a text, I'm like sending that message over to my ISA. They're like, oh, we're done with this one. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm late. So when I get the text, they also get the information and they're on it. Like this one, AI, right? AI is so awesome for us because, see right here, follow-up ISA call sets the phone appointment, right?
Yeah.
We're actually live talking to our ISA, our client, our leads. And then we go ahead, we get some great response. We had a
Janki, on this specifically, do you have the ISA always watching? Because how do they know when to jump in?
Yeah.
It's the database manager that's watching, not
Cool.
the
Okay.
ISA. So the database manager is watching constantly because her job is to be in the CRM, nothing else, right? So she
Yeah.
is all in the CRM, and the minute something comes up, she gets a notification, she sends it out to the ISA team saying dial, call now,
So
or she will
Janki,
reply.
does she send it out or he send it out to the ISA team through WhatsApp, through Slack, through Discord, through
So
what?
cool.
WhatsApp. I mean, if I can show you my WhatsApp right now, you'll be like, oh my goodness. So the ISAs are constantly talking to the database manager, and the database manager is constantly in my database. So I don't want my ISAs in my database. You need to be dialing.
Yeah. I
Nice.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
And this, I guarantee that everybody is watching this is thinking the same thing. All right. I'm really good at selling houses. I'm really good at marketing. Janki,
Yes.
can I just like pay to have this set up?
That's the Adam question.
I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I'm at that point where I just, you put that graphic up you had with Adam, Tristan, with like the numbers all flat. I mean, I have a double in aerospace engineering and space physics, and Janki, like, I can't do what you do. Can you, like, can I just like go here is my information. Here is my credit card. Call me when you're set up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Go ahead.
What does a person normally pay an ISA when they're doing something like this?
Okay, so I just negotiated a great rate with a company, and Tristan knows this because I always go back to Tristan and I say, okay, what is this all about? But I negotiated some great numbers with an ISA company, Power ISA. I'll put the link up pretty soon. But you can hire from them directly, and I think he said $4 to $6 an hour.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you pay.
Dude, I spend more than that at Starbucks.
And you pay the ISA directly. That's what I kind of negotiated in, right? And because I go to Tristan and I said, Tristan, we have so many people asking for ISAs. What do we do here? Because I want to have everyone wants to take my course, but they don't have their ISA. Right. So this really helps, helps those that are looking for ISAs.
Where does one, I'm sorry if I'm jumping in front of this too fast, Tristan. I now am just firing off questions as they pop into my brain. Where does one even find out about something like that? Like I'm genuinely like, we get 400 leads a day. Like, where does one go to sign up for something like this?
Okay, so first, obviously my course sign up is, I'll put the link up here, but let me tell you where, and I'll also put that other link that we just talked about with Power ISA to get this great deal with them. They're amazing. And I'm just going to.
Is that Pavel, that Power ISA? Is that him?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this is Gus. Gus is really awesome. And Tristan also knows Gus. He's really, really awesome. And then here's the link to my courses. So the next one starts, obviously, I think next week, I believe. So I put those two links up there as well for you guys to kind of, But can I go back to my?
Yeah, sorry, I got you off track.
Tristan, do you have any questions?
No, I'm actually looking for a document I have. So once you're done, I want to share it with everybody because I know they're going to want it. It has to do exactly with this.
Awesome. So basically, I'm right here on this one right here. Brett, you asked about like, how do the ISAs really know that, hey, this is this is a lead, right? So these are the ways that our ISAs are constantly in touch with our database manager, currently working with a lender team looking to buy and sell. So a lot of people say, okay, you're only working with buyers. No, I'm not. I'm working with sellers too, because those people that need to buy need to sell. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, exactly, Brett.
60% of buyers have a home to sell.
Yeah, I know, right? And then a lot of people are just after seller leads. Like, what the heck? Focus on the buyers because that's where your leads are going to come from. So once we get a return email, right? These smart plans are amazing because we edit these smart plans and we really focus in on like, okay, once we get a return from these smart plans, setting up the initial phone appointment, we do the following. We put them on on a smart plan. Our ISA dials out the following. The progression then comes into phone appointments. And this is a system that is also part of our ISA course. I actually guide you to this as well, like how to set up the phone appointment. So I'm not talking to the realtor, but I'm talking to the ISA. And if it's a realtor, that's fine. If you don't have an ISA, you want to participate. We have about 8 or 9 realtors right now in the course that are participating. And we set this according to what their needs are. Simple.
All right. I really like
That's so cool.
Yeah. And then remember I said database manager and ISA teamwork. This is what I mean. This is the information they get. This is the information the database manager curates, and she does the replies back. And as soon as that hits, she sends it out on WhatsApp to the ISA, and the ISA dials out. Again, speed to lead for us. That's so important. Obviously, we all know follow-up is key, and we set 172 phone appointments on our soft launch the last week. And again, guys, here are all the reviews from obviously, the realtors that were participating in our course the first time. So that's all I have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, because I got something. I was trying to upload this really quick to a Google Doc, but it wasn't letting me. So I'm just going to share it, and then I'll have you text me to get it, which I don't know if that's a good idea, but here we go.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
So inside, I wrote this out, and this is from experience. I used to train call centers. So one of the call centers I trained was Realtor.com's call center.
No kidding.
And then I also obviously have a whole bunch of ISAs. And so I took time to outline this, and I said, well, inside sales agent, again, associate ISA, tasks and duties, and then the tech, right? This is some of the tech that we use. And this is just something I outlined by hand. So if you want this, I'm going to put up the text. It's me who's going to text you back. So be patient, because I'm doing the event right now. There's the number. I'll text it to you. And obviously, if you didn't get the link to sign up for Janki's, I'll send that one over to you as well. But this gives you an idea, and we don't talk about this enough. This really gives you the idea of, well, what is it that I need to have them do? Because let's get clear, because that clarity then transfers over to who you hire.
Right.
And if that clarity isn't there from the very beginning, all of a sudden what happens is you're going to be like, oh, ISA suck. Oh, I tried hiring an ISA, but it's just not for me. Or that company, right? No. Let's take that out completely.
I totally agree with you, Tristan, because a lot of times there are people that are not satisfied with their ISAs or their VAs. And I always say, what did you do in order to train them? How much time have you spent in order to train them through your systems, your own systems, right? You can't expect them to come and know everything. You got to teach them. And that's what our academy is all about, is teaching the ISA what to say, when to say, how many times to say in order to get that phone appointment set for you. So our ISA set anywhere from 3 to 5 phone appointments a day. And then those phone appointments turn into my conversions. And I kind of like, see whether they're a good buyer or a good seller looking immediately. I definitely build a relationship. If they're follow-up, then I put them right back into saved searches and a smart plan. So there's a system for all of this, right? And that's exactly what we teach.